Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Coaching Corner. It's Tuesday. Hey, everybody. Hello. Hey, Cultivated Connections. As you're coming into the live, please drop in the comments. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Those of you who are new to the IEP Coach and you're new to the Coaching Corner, I am Jamila, aka the IEP Coach. I am the founder and CEO of the IEP Coach LLC. We support charter school SPED leaders with their systems because oftentimes you have one person in the charter school that has all the systems, they know how to work everything, they get overworked, they get burnt out, they leave, and then the entire SPED system has left with that one person out the school, and now that school is at risk for litigation. So we support those SPED leaders and their SPED teams with implementing their systems and supporting their SPED teams, making sure everyone is trained on the systems. The systems are documented, so that way, no matter who comes in the school, leaves the school, is hired, your systems are documented and you can just retrain that person. So we support SPED leaders, charter SPED leaders, excuse me. That's just a little bit about what we do at the IEP Coach. All right. Okay, we got Nashville in the house. Hey, Nashville. How you doing? How's the weather in Nashville? How is the weather? And before we go any further, I want to remind you to please share out this live. Share out this live with as many people as possible. Tonight's topic is why SPED fails in the schedule and how leaders fix it. Okay, because SPED is definitely failing in that schedule, and it starts with that schedule. Oh my God. Warm now. It was cold this morning. I think it was cold up here. We're in Philly. It was cold here in Philly too. All right. Now, before we go any further, I have it in the show notes, information regarding our free webinar, the top 3 biggest IEP meeting mistakes and how to fix them. That will be taking place this Thursday, March the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go ahead and just share the link right now. It is absolutely free for you to attend, to register. So this is for our SPED leaders. Anyone who is on a SPED team, anybody who's on a SPED team, SPED team, the IEP team, this is for you. Or you're a SPED leader, you're an AP, you're a principal, this is for you too, okay? You are all on the IEP team. So let me go ahead and drop that right now. Wait, add the T. Add the T. Those of you who are on IG, click the link in our bio. You will be right there to register. All right. And again, share out this live. And as I'm telling you to share it out, I am sharing it out as well. Oh my gosh, we just had our Ramadan ended last week. And we had our Eid al-Fitr celebration. So it was great being around family, good food. Man, that Eid nap is real. I was so tired. I was so tired. I was so sleepy. My husband was laughing at me, told him you need to bed up. I was like, I'm tired. I need a nap. The Eid nap is real. Because you've been fasting and everything. You've been tired. And now, so yeah. All right, let's get on. Let's jump right on into it. Alrighty, so let's be honest, everybody. Now, those of you who work in schools, whether you're a teacher, SPED teacher, gen ed teacher, you may be a paraprofessional, you may be a related service provider. Let's be honest, SPED is an afterthought in most schedules. Tell the truth. Special education, it is an afterthought when it comes to the schedule of the school. It is the second, it's not the first thing on people's mind. It's secondary. And then sometimes it's like, oh shoot. It's far back in somebody's mind that they done forgot about their SPED. Okay? So SPED is an afterthought. And I'm going to tell you that that's from my own experience being in public schools, being in charter schools. I can remember being in the public school. They had us put the schedule together. They already did the whole school schedule, and then they had us put how we're going to service kids, how we're going to service the students with IEPs. We had to put that schedule together. And then in charter schools, again, they already did the whole school schedule. And now it's like, okay, service the students with IEPs. Okay, so the whole school is schedule is built after Gen Ed. Gen Ed is all Gen Ed is always the focus. Is built after Gen Ed. There's no intentional planning for the special education population, for the service minutes that have to be done, the instructional service minutes, the related service minutes. There's no intentional planning for that. So leaders go in like, oh, we're gonna figure it out. We got the Gen Ed. We'll get to SPED. But if SPED is something that you are trying to fit in, you've already created the problem in your school. If you are trying to fit SPED in, you've already created the problem for your school. You already got a problem. You already got the problem. All right? Because now you got teachers pulling students out randomly. You got your SPED teachers and even your related service providers. They are pulling students out randomly. You have some missed service minutes possibly. You got to pay that back. You got to give that back to the student, the service minutes that you missed. There's a conflict with the core instruction because they could be pulling the student out during core instruction, like during the core ELA block or during the core math block. Your SPED teachers are getting burnt out because they're running all over the place trying to service the students. And they may be having some friction with some of the Gen Ed teachers because that Gen Ed SPED versus SPED teacher, that is real. So there could be some friction there with them trying to pull the student or push into the classroom to support the student. You got parent complaints because I guarantee you parents are going to ask your kid, did you get pulled for speech? Did you go to OT today? Did you see Miss Bashir today? Did you go to her? They're going to ask their kids. Now, this is how you end up out of compliance without even realizing it. This is how you end up out of compliance without even realizing it. Because one, you didn't plan your schedule around your special education. You didn't. You did not plan your schedule around your special education. Yup, they sure do. Parents asking their kid, they sure do. They sure do. And you end up out of compliance without even realizing it because your schedule is jacked up. You don't even know for sure if all your students with IEPs are being serviced at the time they're supposed to. Are they getting that pushing? Are they getting that co-teaching? Are they getting the small group instruction that they're supposed to? Because you didn't plan with them in mind first. Now the SPED teachers and related service providers, they're trying to squeeze in. They're trying to fit in your schedule, your school schedule, to properly service their students with IEPs. And I can tell you right now, they're not giving them all their minutes because, hey, the teacher may be like, oh, they can't go right now, they're taking a test. Or they can't, oh, sorry, we're in ELA right now. So they're not getting their minutes. They're not getting all of your minutes. So this is how you end up out of compliance and you don't even realize it. Now, you have to understand SPED, your special education, it's not an add-on. It is a structural part of your school. Special education, it is not an add-on to your schedule. It is a structural part of your school. Stop treating your SPED like they're stepchildren. Like they're just like they're a nuisance. We'll handle them later or we'll figure it out later. Treat your special education as a priority. Build your schedule around your special education. When you build around your special education, everything else is going to fall into place. Because you know for sure, okay, you have it embedded in your schedule when your students can get serviced. Your SPED teachers are not running around with their heads cut off trying to figure out a time, trying to get this in, trying to service their students. And the same goes for the related service providers. They're not going to have to do that because you have it embedded in the schedule. You looked at your special education population so you can see what's in your school. When you do that, everything else will fall into place. Gen Ed is always, your stuff for Gen Ed is always going to be good. They're already scheduled. Build around your special education, everything else will fall into place. Amen. SPED is a priority. Yes. All right. So remember, your special education is not an add-on. Your special education is a structural part of your school. Now, your special education should drive parts of your schedule, not be squeezed into it, because that's what a lot of schools are doing. You're squeezing SPED into the schedule you already created without them in mind. You know how hard it is. You already know how hard it is when you already have, think about your own personal schedule and you forgot to do something or you got to add something onto your tight schedule already. You know how uncomfortable that is. You know how frustrating that is. And you know how it makes you feel. It's uncomfortable. Can you imagine how your SPED team feels? How your providers feels? How your special education population feels? They know they need support. They know they're supposed to be getting these certain services and they're not getting it to the best of your ability. They're not getting it to the best of your ability. Excuse me. All right. So instead of squeezing SPED into your schedule, this is what you need to do instead. Like I said, build around your schedule around your special education. But you need to have clarity. You need to know who needs what service. Who needs co-taught? Who needs push-in? Who needs pull-out? Who has related services? Okay? How much time is required? Like, how long are the speech and OT and counseling? How long are those periods? How long is the service period? Like when teachers are co-teaching that period in their IEP. How many minutes do they need of that each day? That's your clarity. Then you have to have organization. Build the services into the schedule, embedded in your schedule that time. Because this will be the time for service for your special education population. You can call it something else for the entire school. So that way everybody in the school is at a certain place. Nobody knows, hey, this is special education time. So you have organization. Build the services into your schedule and then protect that service time. Protect that service time. For example, at my old school, we had something called Tarkin time. It was in the morning, first thing in the morning after morning announcements. So that was like a good 40 minutes. Students could go see a teacher if they needed help with something. They could go to the library. If they forgot to do homework, they could do homework because basically they're sitting in advisory this whole time. Every Wednesday, SPED teachers, that was our day to pull students to do progress monitoring. SPED teachers trumped anybody else trying to pull a student. Like if myself and another teacher needed to pull a student, let's say he had an IEP, I trumped that other teacher because this is a progress monitoring day. And that was known throughout the building. That time was protected for SPED teachers. That's what I mean when I say protect the service time. Protect that time. And then we had another period called, oh my gosh, it escapes me right now. Oh my God, I forgot what it was called. It wasn't study hall. It was called something else. And it was 3 times a cycle. So if a student needed to make up work, they had that time in their schedule. And that was another time I would help my colleagues. Like, let's say I had their student for that period. They didn't finish their progress monitor. I would take the progress monitor and I would do it. That's what I mean when I say protect the service time, embedded in your schedule. So that's the organization. Then you got to review. So you got your clarity, you got your review. You have your clarity, you have your organization. Now you have to review all the services actually happening. The SPED director, you can go around to those different times and see, like, hey, are the service providers actually servicing the students? Are the SPED teachers actually supporting the students? Are schedules working in real time? You can go around and do a quick check-in. And then you have E, your execution. Train your staff on how it works and then hold consistency. This is not rocket science and is not difficult to do. You just have to do it. You have, again, plan around your special education. All right? Have your clarity, your organization, your review, and your execution. Now, I understand. We're gonna be real. I understand. Some schools, you have limited staff. Some of your schools, your teachers got high caseloads, and everything is just so fast paced because you don't have all your staff, so you have other teachers picking up the slack. I get it. This is why you can't afford to not have systems. You can't afford to not have systems. You don't have enough staff. You can't afford to not have systems. You got your teachers with high caseloads. You can't afford to not have systems. You can't afford it. This is why you're in a predicament you're in, because you don't have any systems. That's the problem. Don't blame your teachers. Don't blame, we don't have this, we don't have training. You don't have no systems in your school. That's the problem. And you're not making time to implement those systems or improve your systems. You're not making time for it. If you are listening to this and realizing your school is trying to fit SPED in instead of building for it, the next step is a conversation with us at the IEP coach. That is your next step. That is your next step. We support charter schools and SPED leaders and building systems that actually hold up, including scheduling, your scheduling structures. That's your next step. You need to call us at the IEP coach. You can schedule a call with us to talk through what this could look like for your school. And I'm going to drop the link right now. I am dropping the link right now because this is your next step. You're trying to squeeze SPED in. This is the next step. You need to call us at the IEP coach. So we can help you with your systems. We can help you build your systems. We can help you improve your systems. Because you can't afford to keep moving with no systems. We're in March. We're about to be in April. Some of you, April, May, some of you got 2 months left. Some of you got 3. And let's be honest, those of you got 2 months, let's really say that's a month and a half. Because we know what happens towards the end of the year. Your next step is to get on a call with us. Because you cannot afford to keep going without systems. All right? You can't afford it. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Let's see. Do we got any questions? Any questions? Let me see. Take a moment. Take your time to drop your questions in the comments. I know it takes a minute to type. I am going to also drop the link for our webinar, the 3 biggest IEP meeting mistakes and how to fix them. All righty. Thank you. All right. We are dropping the link one more time. The webinar is absolutely free. Any questions, or do you have any SPED questions? Feel free. You can get them answered tonight. Let's see. Let's check IG. I don't see any questions on IG. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. All right. No questions, no worries. If the questions come to you, just send us a DM. We are very responsive. You can we are very responsive on our social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We are very active on all those platforms, and we post weekly. So we are very responsive, and we will respond to you if the question comes to you later. Remember, our webinar is Thursday, March the 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is absolutely free. The 3 biggest IEP meeting mistakes and how to fix them. Link is in our bio, okay? Pass it on. If you are part of the IEP team, this webinar is for you, okay? You don't want to miss it. And you need help with your systems in your school because you can't afford to keep operating without systems. Schedule a call with us. We need to have a conversation with you. We need to have a conversation with you. So we're going to drop that link one more time. One more time for the ones in the back. There we go. And as always, remember, be kind to yourself. We're not pushing past capacity because when you push past capacity, that's when you get burnt out. And that's not what we're trying to do. Please take care of yourselves. And we will see you all next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.